Hello, my name is Callista and welcome back to Her Story. In the last episode, we discovered that there are definitely two identities here, Hannah and Eve. I'm still not entirely sure if this is a case of twins or split personality, but there's something along those lines going on here. Now, the next word I wanted to search up was Gladstone. Hannah, I think, mentioned that that's where they lived. Okay, only one mention of Gladstone Street. Okay, cross that off then. Next up is Ernst. I believe that's where this Simon fellow worked. Oh, here's the thing, like I said, I'm still really stuck on whether they're split personalities or twins, and my thought, if they were twins, then surely someone must have known about that at some point. Maybe I don't know. Only one mention of Ernst. A glass. Oh, few mentions of glass. Okay.
No, he doesn't have any tattoos. He has a scar down here near his stomach, past his hip. Cut himself with some glass. That was before, a long time ago. He looks just like the photo. He's not got his glasses on here though. He takes them off for the camera. But he needs them to see properly, you know. He has to read a newspaper or a menu in a restaurant. Not book so much, or watching TV. He likes TV.
Okay, just another description of him.
He wasn't present so much. It was one of those arguments that had been simmering for a while. The present was a mirror, a nice mirror. He'd engraved the glass, the kind of mirror a princess would have in a story. He made it specially for me.
Okay. So they've clearly asked her, did you and Simon have any disagreements? And she's had to bring up the fact that, yes, we did argue immediately before he disappeared. That's going to alert the police. If you've got a missing person and you admit that, yeah, I had a bit of a tiff with them, they're going to be on you. Okay, so mirror, argument, and I want to type in princess at some point as well. We've had lots of mentions of princesses and things like that. Wait a minute. 25th of the 6th. 30th of the 6th. Okay, so this is a new one. Add that to the session, and... oh god, this... I will say this annoys me a bit, that I can't just slot them in wherever I want. So that was the 18th. 25th. Then we have... this was the 27th. 30th. Okay, there we go. And this is from the 30th.
No, on his clothes, that would make sense. He made it by hand. I mean, he brushes the silver onto the glass. It's not how they make mirrors these days. I mean, he made the mirror and he gave it to me.
Okay. I find it interesting that they've bagged this specific object. So he made this mirror as a present for Hannah, who we know is his wife. Because part of me is wondering how much of what she says I can believe, but certain things the police would look into. For example, they'd look to see like marriage records. Were they actually married? And if they weren't, then they'd be like, well, why are you doing this? And this would be an entirely different conversation. So there are certain things we know are true. Simon Smith was married to Hannah Smith. They lived at whatever number it was, Gladstone Street. Here's my thinking is that if they're split personalities, how well could they keep that a secret? Because if you're married to someone, I don't know how long these two have been married. For all I know, they could have been married for like 6 months. But if let's go off the assumption that they've been married for a long time, how long could you hide something like that from your partner? And I would hope that Simon was a caring husband, and if he noticed, oh shit, sometimes I'm talking to my wife and sometimes I'm not talking to my wife, I would hope that he would get her therapy. And then the police, if, like I said, if she admitted that she had an argument with him, they're gonna go into like her history. If there was any history of mental illness, that'd be being brought up. That would be brought up. Because presumably the police, this is 94, the police would totally be like, you're crazy, you killed him because you're crazy. 100%.
No. I've had enough coffee for today, thanks. Glass of water.
Oh, okay. Also...
No. I've had enough coffee for today, thanks. Glass of water. It wasn't the present so much. It was one of those arguments that had been simmering for a while. The present was a mirror. A nice mirror.
I need to write down tattoo.
The kind of mirror.
I'm going to have to look that up as well.
Story. He made it specially for me.
There we go. Tattoo. My gut says I'm dealing with twins. My gut says I'm dealing with twins, but there's a part of me that's like, but they could be split personalities. They could be, because I want a better look at the tattoo. I want a better look at the tattoo, but at the same time, I have my list of words, and I'm like, I should go through them methodically. Okay, let's be methodical. Rapunzel. Rapunzel. Did I spell that right? I did. Oh, damn. We've got a lot on Rapunzel.
It's Rapunzel. The story starts when she's born. Mother Gothel, a witch, takes Rapunzel from her parents and keeps her locked up in this tower. Rapunzel gets pregnant by the prince, and Mother Gothel is furious, so she cuts off her hair and throws it. Actually, her hair's already short here, so that's already happened. So she throws her into the wilderness, and Rapunzel is reunited with the prince, who's blind. But she kills him with her tears, and so it's a happy ending. Is that too much?
Okay. More evidence, whoever this person is, their head is filled with fairy stories. That, I think, is evident. If whether it's one person or it's two, they keep bringing up princesses and princes and witches. It's... I don't know. I don't know whether she's a fantasist, whether she's genuinely mentally ill, or whether this is two separate people.
Sorry. The picture, the way it's drawn, just reminded me of the books we used to read as children. I read those fairy tales over and over, and they were so real to me. Rapunzel was my favourite. My brain is just full of it. Are any of these in colour?
Yeah, so they're giving her like a psychological analysis to see just what she's thinking, and from that I think they must have said that was a bit too much. The next one just, do something short and simple.
Could the hairs have come from somewhere else? I mean, could they... We have a lot of dolls in the attic. There's a Rapunzel doll with long blonde hair. Could they have come from there?
Oh, I wanna see that again. I just want to see how they're writing
could the hairs
blonde.
Have come from somewhere else?
Is it with an E or no E?
We have a lot of dolls in the attic. There's a Rapunzel doll with long blonde
With an
hair.
E.
Could they have come from there?
So they found hairs. So we... Okay. So this is the first one. This is... I'm pretty sure that here they've told her... This is the one where she's like... murder. Oh God, I just want to see if this is...
You think it's murder?
Yeah. Okay, so this is where they've told her that... So clearly Simon has been found.
What can I do to help?
He's been found dead. So at least we know Simon exists because we've got his corpse. So they've told her that Simon has been murdered. And here, so that was the 27th, this is the 30th. So 3 days later, they must have found some hairs on his body. And so they've brought this to her and she's trying to explain it as, oh, well, we've got dolls in the attic. One of them has long blonde hair. Could the long blonde hair have come from there?
We were obsessed with fairy tales. Not just the pretty ones, but the traditional ones. They were dark and real, bizarre and violent. Felt like life. We had this huge old book that I think Mum must have bought from a library sale. The illustrations had thin tracing paper over them to protect them. They were in colour, shiny plates. At the front of the book was an index of illustrations. We read that more than the actual stories. We'd read aloud the captions and flip between the pictures. There was something intimate about peeling back the tracing paper, undressing the pictures. Rapunzel's hair is cut. The eagle plucks out his heart. The princess pricks her finger.
I'm sorry I'm being so quiet. Like I said, it's... I think I'm going to go with my gut, and I'm going to say that these are twins. I'm going to go off the assumption that these are twins, and for some reason they are... Because, I mean, like I said, here we have... One has a tattoo, one here doesn't. Again... It'll sound stupid because I want to see how the tattoo... That won't really tell me much though, will it? Because obviously it's not a real tattoo. That is a stick-on tattoo because obviously they're not going to force the actress to get a real tattoo. But my thinking is, in terms of in-game, is that meant to be a real tattoo? To signify this is one person, this is an entirely separate person? Or... is it in-game meant to be a stick-on tattoo? Like one split personality gives themselves a tattoo, and then the next time when I don't know, the one that doesn't have that tattoo, the tattoo comes back in control, they wash it off. Like I think this game will be a lot more enjoyable for me if I can pick a side rather than flip-flopping between the two ideas. I'm about to sneeze. Oh, my nose stings so much.
So, it was Friday evening. We had an argument. He left. On Saturday, he didn't come back. I waited all day. He was supposed to go help Eric out with something on the Saturday afternoon. They had a job. He didn't show. So Eric was ringing on the phone. I checked at the Rock, that's our local. They said they'd seen him on the Friday night, but not since. He still wasn't back this morning. It just isn't like him at all. Still not back by dinner time. It's getting dark again. So I decided to come see you. His parents haven't heard anything either.
Okay. Timeline of events. She waited a few days. She was calling around his friends. I say his friends, you know, the local pub landlord and lady. This is the 25th. Yes, we do have one from that time.
Oh God, I don't know. I mean, I guess the Rock. You've spoken to everyone there. Someone must have seen where he went. I don't know. So many things could have gone wrong.
Again, I think they've just kind of asked her, is there anyone else who would know his whereabouts? I assume that's probably the question they asked.
No one has been in the last few weeks. We had a plumber come in 3-4 weeks ago. Someone summoned you from the Rock.
Okay, so any strangers to the house, I'm guessing, was the question there. Peter. Susan? Really? Okay. I'm pretty sure that she mentioned that Peter and Susan... Oh no, Peter and Susan were the pub people. Okay, Eric. Oh, whoops. Eric. Okay, we've got a few.
He was wearing a shirt. It's a blue turtleneck shirt and jeans. He has a watch. It's a really nice one. That was a gift from his boss, Eric. He had his coat, a long grey duffel coat, like Paddington Bear. He would have taken that with him. It's not in the house.
Again, this is just a description of Simon.
Yes, there's a car that we share, a Cavalier, and a van he uses for work. It's owned by Eric, but we look after it. Both of them are there now, parked in the street. I'm not sure about the keys for the van. I can look for you when I get back.
So he didn't take the car. He just wandered off.
Yes, that would be in his wallet. It's a Visa, a silver one. He doesn't like to spend money he doesn't have, so he usually pays with cash, but Eric convinced him to get one.
I knew they must have asked about credit cards. I said they would have. I feel cheated with that one. That should have come up for credit card.
Eric was like an uncle to him. They were pretty close. They spend a lot of time with each other, especially when they have to go to conferences. Have you met his wife, Diane?
I've also got a Diane. I'm kind of doing all of the names at once. Okay. So Simon had a good relationship with his boss. That's nice. Wait a minute, what? You know what? I'm not going to question the guitar.
Diane is really nice. She helps out with the glaziers, organises the Christmas party, that sort of thing. They have 2 kids, really sweet kids. She used to look out for me when I worked there.
Oh. Okay, so Hannah also worked at the glaciers. Okay.
Yeah, that's Simon's watch. It was a gift from Eric. He got it this year. It was a wedding anniversary gift. Steel. It would have been Diane who chose it. She has really nice taste. That time, you must eliminate me. I was in Glasgow then.
Oh. Glasgow. Okay. That I find interesting. I said this before, Because it was also when she was in the orange jacket where she said, oh, I'm not particularly good at making up stories, which to me, that the undertone of that is, I'm not a good liar, so you should trust me. And the fact that she herself is bringing up the fact that, okay, so if I'm reading this right, they have Simon's watch. It must have been smashed when he was killed, and it would have stopped at a specific time, and they're using that time to, well, who was where. But it's the fact that she herself is bringing up the fact of, well, I wasn't even in England, I was in a different country, so I couldn't have possibly killed Simon if his watch said he was killed at this time. That reads as suspicious to me. That reads as so suspicious to me. Okay.
Not really. He would go to the pub. He had his drinking buddies there, but no one ever really came back to the house. Sometimes Eric, his boss, and his wife would come over for dinner. That would be us returning the favour. Diana's a really good cook, into her trendy ingredients. And the last time Simon cooked something off MasterChef, he got the recipe off CFAX, and I did my Lloyd Grossman bit, commenting from the sidelines. I had to find fennel from the supermarket. Have you ever eaten fennel?
No, I haven't, miss. Okay. Why, madam, why do you have a guitar?
Simon and Eric arguing? No, I can't imagine they'd be arguing. And they get on so well. Unless it was something to do with work. Maybe Simon was being too much of a perfectionist. But I don't know. You should ask Diane.
Okay. So really the only person we know that Simon argued with was Hannah. Okay. Helen? 2 for Helen.
No. I think he spoke to Helen. She said he was upset about her argument, but I'm not sure what else he said. He likes Helen. He likes blondes.
Ooh. Did you catch how she said that? Just that he likes blondes. Oh, I think she's genuinely upset about that. The fact that he has a preference for blondes and she's a brunette. Oof. Okay. Accident. I have such a long list of words. To be perfectly honest, once I've ran out of words, I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to try. Okay.
When I was 8, Mother died. She slipped down the stairs. It was an accident. I had read a diary at that point, and I knew she wasn't my real mother. So I burned the diary that day, and I left. Walked out and across the street.
Oh, okay. So I am going to assume that this is Eve. I'm going to assume that this is Eve. And I'm not entirely sure which one of these is Hannah. I think it'd help if I knew which one had the tattoo. Like I said, I'm sticking with the twins idea. I'm sticking with it, okay? So Eve is raised by Florence. Florence has a trip down the stairs when Eve is 8, and then Eve goes to live with Hannah. Again, it just seems a little bit unrealistic to me that, because oh god, this is going to sound in very poor taste, but effectively her and Hannah, they kind of imitated Anne Frank a little bit, one of them living in the attic. How would you not know that there was another child in your house, in your attic? And I know she said that was Hannah's space and they never went up there, but someone had to clean that. And what about when Hannah was in school? What about then? Maybe I'm thinking too much about this. Maybe I shouldn't think so much. Dollhouse.
Yes. I inherited it from my parents, so it made sense to move back. Me and Simon. Felt like going back to old ways before the pregnancy. Reminded me of being a girl, a dollhouse in the attic, old things. We didn't sleep in my parents' bedroom for a long time. We decorated it as soon as we moved in, but it was another year before we started sleeping there.
Before the pregnancy. Also, I very quickly want to look up. She mentioned before it was her steel wedding anniversary. I don't know what that is off of the top of my head. Come on, Google. How many years of marriage are we talking about? Steel wedding. You're giving me gift ideas, Google. That's not what I want. Again, don't. Oh, 11th. So they've been married 11 years. That's a long time. 11 years would be an awful long time to be perfectly honest. That's an awful long time to either hide a twin sister or to hide a split personality. Damn. Okay, I'm gonna write that. I'm writing that down in my notes. Steel equals 11 years. There we go. Okay.
The legal stuff was completed very quickly. Hannah moved back in with Simon. Eric gave Simon the week off to help with the move. He decorated, modernised wallpaper curtains. Hannah insists the attic be left as it was, dollhouse and all. Simon never went up there.
You're not saying you... No, I can't believe that. Because if she's saying that she lived in the attic for 11 years, with Simon never knowing, I call bull on that. Nothing for attic. Fairy.
And the Glaziers. I worked there some weekends and Simon had a part-time job there too. That was Eric's generosity. He was always good at helping out other people's children. Simon was quiet, more thoughtful than the other boys. Even then, he had a sense of craftsmanship. Wasn't always rushing stuff. Boys that age are just running around like headless chickens most of the time. Yeah. Plus he had that look. He looked like a fairy tale prince from one of my books.
So they've asked, how did you meet? So I'm guessing they must have been, because she doesn't look that old. They've been married for 11 years. Okay, for argument's sake, let's say they got married when they were like 19. 19 plus 11, 30. She looks like she could be in her like late 20s, early 30s. I could see that. Yeah, so I'm guessing that must have been, glazier work for a young girl, especially in the time period.
And Simon had a part-time job there too. That was Eric's generosity. He was always good at helping out other people's children. Simon was quiet, more thoughtful than the other boys.
There we go. I didn't need to see all of it. So my guess would be that she wasn't actually doing the glasswork. Like I said, this interview is in 94, 11 years prior, 80s, early 80s. I can't see a young girl being allowed to, a young teenage girl, 15, maybe 16. I can't see her being allowed to be working with glass. So I would guess maybe I don't know, front of house stuff, answering the phones, doing the filing, making the teas, something like that, perhaps?
Simon never cheated on me. He was devoted to me, and I was devoted to him. Nothing in life is easy. We were good to each other. Life isn't a fairy tale. You do what you can.
That's Eve. The one with the tattoo is Eve. Look at it. It's a snake and an apple. She got a tattoo that represents her name. This is Eve. 100%. Okay, so bare arms, no tattoo, that's Hannah. This one has to be Eve. I've written down cheat. I think when I get round to cheat, I'll also try things like a fair, perhaps.
Well, she wasn't my real mother, but she raised me. Do you want to hear the story? It's a real-life fairy tale.
Yeah, she's going into the story of Florence there. Okay. Oh, this is interesting. I'm actually kind of annoyed because I'm just about out of time for this episode, but I want to play more. I really want to play more because I'm not going to play this for another week now. Oh, that's annoying. It'll give me time to think, though. It'll give me time to theorize in the next episode. Oh, God. More answers. Will we find out why Eve had a guitar? Who knows? But until then, please remember to like if you enjoyed, leave a comment below, and if you wanted to subscribe, it would be very much appreciated. I've been Callista. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next episode.